What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Double A Hef here with another dose of the Truth Scope. So, as y'all can see, we're going to be discussing the White Lives Matter quote unquote controversy that was stirred up by none other than Mr. Kanye West, who now I just found out goes by Ye. Uh, that was new to me. And the Miss Candace Owens. Now, off the rip, we have to look at it. Oh, not even look at it, but think about it from this perspective. Uh, Anything that Kanye West does or says, and anything that Candace Owens does or says, is automatically going to be written off by the quote unquote liberal blacks at large, right? Like we know that. Whether what they're saying is correct, on point, incorrect, not even close to base, right? It doesn't matter. They're just going to write that ish off. Um, Actually, I lied. Unless they say something along the lines of like, "Oh yeah, it's pro-abortion," or some other nonsense, then they're gonna utilize that to boost their messages and stuff like that. But for the most part, anything that these two people say, and not just them, there's many more out there that fall into that same category. Now, why is that? Why will people that aren't even familiar with the Candace Owens and the quote unquote black community uh, not even give her the time of day, to listen to what she has to say? Or same, well, I wouldn't say the same for Kanye, but most people in the quote unquote black community know who Kanye West is. You know what I mean? So Candace Owens, she's definitely not on the same level of fame as the Kanye West, but I digress. The answer to that question is our people, quote unquote black people, stick to the script. Now, that's a saying that I'm sure most of you are familiar with. You stick to the script, right? And that's what our people do. We stick to the goddamn script. The script is Democrats are the saviors, and not even just Republicans are wrong, but anything else, anything else is wrong. Whether the person is, apolitical or not. If they're not pre-approved by the Democratic Party, the people that we're going to vote for no matter what, then it doesn't matter what the hell you got to say. We're not going to believe it. Whether we call ourselves quote unquote Christians or what. And that is one of if not the biggest issues that we have. Well, actually, it's not the biggest issue, but it's one of. Our people are just stuck on that. And if you ever had a conversation with someone that is stuck in their beliefs or their thought or whatever the case may be, that conversation goes nowhere, and it goes nowhere fast. So what I recommend people in that instance is just to end the conversation, just walk away. There's no reason to waste your time, energy, or effort. But as it pertains to this video, we have to keep in mind that everyone has a role to play. I repeat, everyone has a role to play. Now, for those of you who have been on my channel for quite a while, or you should know that I'm a huge movie buff. Huge movie buff. I can't even tell you how many movies I've seen. How that's not even including like rewatches and stuff like that. And all different types of genres, from black and white films, modern day, science fiction, you name it. I love movies. And one of the things that always sticks out to me about movies is that just like in movies, you have characters. You have the same characters in real life. You have the same exact characters in real life. People play the same roles. And that's why movies resonate so well with human beings. Because our brain makes the connection between the fiction or what we're seeing on screen and what we see in reality. So, and I say that to say this: Kanye West is playing a role. Candace Owens is playing a role. Now, when you understand that everyone has a role to play and plays their roles, then you understand what to expect from said people, and how serious or not you should be taking said people. For instance, Kanye West's role is he's an agent of chaos. That's what he is. He's going to bring discord. All right, that's what he's going to do. He's here to disrupt. All right, he's deep. He's deep in that brotherhood. You know, and we all know from when he said what did he say with Donald Trump? They're what did he say? They're dragon brothers or fire brothers, something like that. I forget exactly what he said, but you know that was a you know that was a heads up to those in the know. Like you know we get down for the same thing for the same team. So with that being the case, that's what Kanye is here to do. That's his role. So in the aftermath of this quote unquote controversy, there's been a lot of people saying, "Well, I'll break down the sides." You got the one side that's, "Oh, you know, Kanye's a coon. That's some real, you know, coon ish right there. Kanye would never do that in the hood, this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. And what he's doing is dangerous to the quote unquote black people, and et cetera, right? Then you got the other people that are like, oh, what he did is, you know, like great, that's fantastic, it's amazing. But unfortunately, and you know, like quite often, how it happens is that it's neither yay nor yay, and I don't mean that because I don't mean it in like a way because he's called yay, but what I'm saying is you have to be able to look down the middle to see what this actually means. So without further ado, I'm gonna let Umar open this up. Well, actually, I pretty much opened it up. I've been speaking for 7 minutes, but I'm gonna let Umar get started, and then I'm gonna interject and show you what I mean and where I'm coming from with this.
Kanye West and his White Lives Matter.
It was a disgrace. It was a disgrace. I know he did it for attention, but I take issue with Kanye using such an emotionally charged, political, and sensitive issue, and serious issue, as police genocide.
Okay, so he said a mouthful right there. So we're gonna break down what he just said. He said it was a disgrace. He said that it was a emotionally charged issue. Now let's start with the emotion part. That's part of the issue, Umar. Our people are way too goddamn emotional. Way too emotional. And at the end of the day, especially for the quote unquote black males, no one gives a damn about your emotions. No one cares about how you feel. Period. So that the emotional aspect of it, that should be pertaining to the women, but it's not. We see it through the males. We hear it through Umar's voice. We hear it through the male host of the radio show. All right. So the black quote unquote community is so upside down that the actions that you would expect from the quote unquote black female, you're not just getting it from just her. No, you're getting it from the quote unquote black males too, because they're confused. They are confused and they don't understand their role. Like I said about Kanye, everyone has a role to play. The quote unquote black males in this society today have no idea what role they are supposed to be playing. And that's why they're all over the goddamn place. All right? Now, back to what Umar said. Let me just run a little bit so I get some more context.
Such an emotionally charged, political, and sensitive issue, and serious issue, as police genocide.
So that's the phrase right there, police genocide. Obviously he's talking about police killing quote unquote blacks, aka black men, because those are the ones that get quote unquote killed more often than not. The black women are not out there being killed by police officers. That's just not happening. I mean, don't get me wrong, it happens, but it's not happening at a clip where it's either even worth talking about. And with that being said, the quote unquote black males being killed by police officers isn't even happening at a clip where I think that should like it's not look. If I was elected tomorrow, like chancellor of the quote unquote black community, right? then I would have a list of things that I want to address. And the police brutality thing, or as Umar would call it, the police genocide, probably wouldn't even make the top 10 on my list. It probably wouldn't even make the top 10. We have way more issues that are actually right in front of us and impacting us on a day-to-day basis and holding us back on a day-to-day basis um, than quote unquote police genocide. All right, it's just not that goddamn serious because not for nothing. As I stated, say I have a list, right? The police genocide thing wouldn't even be number 10. I mean, it wouldn't even be top 10. Wouldn't even crack top 10. I'm pretty sure, right? I don't have a list in front of me, but just thinking about what a quote unquote black community is and what I know that we're lacking and what I know that we need. Yeah, I can't see that cracking the top 10. Now, with that being said, there are things in the top 10 that once they get addressed, it will fix the quote unquote black genocide that Umar is calling it. It will fix that. It will fix that. Because if we can fix, for first and foremost, if we can fix the quote unquote black males, that way they can be black men, then we're not gonna have black men getting shot down by police, for no goddamn reason. What we have is a lot of majority quote unquote black males being shot by police because they're out there doing nothing. What they say is the idle mind or idle hand is the devil's playground or whatever. A lot of these quote unquote black males out here got nothing better to do, don't know up from down, don't know where they're going, don't have a goddamn plan for nothing. They don't have a plan for the week, they don't have a plan for the month, they don't have a plan for the year, let alone 5 years. All right, they have no types of plans. All right, and that's not saying all. And again, I'm talking about the black males. There's a distinction that needs to be made and understood between black men and black males. I'm talking about the black males, aka these niggas out here. All right, for lack of better terms, I'm talking about these niggas out here. All right, these niggas out here getting shot by the police for doing some nigga shit. All right, when you have men, I don't see on the news and I get the newspaper delivered to my house. I don't read in the newspapers about quote unquote black men just getting shot for no reason by the police. It's not a thing. All right, it's not a thing. It's not something that Kanye West wearing a shirt that says "White Lives Matter" should be getting you so in your feelings.
To try to get some more attention for himself. I thought that was wrong. I thought it was thirsty. And I thought that was conduct unbecoming of a black man. And then to unite with Candace Owens into it just made the insult all the more worse because we know what type of coon she is. But it's backfiring on Kanye.
And that's it right there. He literally just said, just by adding Candace Owens, you made it worse. Because she's a coon allegedly. Now, for those of you that, because I know a lot of brothers on my channel. I know y'all, y'all get it. Y'all understand overall. But I don't know if y'all really, know about what these other people are doing and or saying. I'm sure that y'all might have a base level understanding and respect for what they stand for. But, do you really know where they're coming from? Now, again, I'm not someone to put anyone above me or anything. All right. At the end of the day, the Most High is the only thing that's above. All right. He's in control. So I don't idolize none of these faces, celebrities, these talking heads. But I do, obviously, I listen and I read it and I try my best to comprehend, who they are, what role they're playing, and what's the incentive for them. Now, for Candace Owens, she has a book. I think it's called Blackout. It's a good book. It's actually a good book. It's not a difficult read. It's actually it's actually a short read. And it's a good book. It gives you some insight to her and what she's ultimately trying to accomplish. Now, a lot of what she says coincides with a lot of things that I say on this channel. Obviously, we differ here and there, and that's bound to happen, But I do recommend that y'all check out that book. You can get it on Amazon. Like I said, it's a quick, easy read, but it's definitely eye-opening from the perspective of a quote-unquote black woman. Because again, we don't the only perspective that we truly get from quote unquote black